And welcome to the State Farm Missouri Valley Conference postseason basketball tournament. And welcome to the Brian Burwell Memorial Interview Room. Until Sunday's championship game, the winning.
Why do you believe so strongly in St. Louis?
Well, it's a great geographic fit for start. I mean, that would be the fallback position, certainly, with most schools less than a 5-hour drive. It's the epicenter of college basketball in the Midwest, and certainly the embrace that this city has given our tournament, not just from local fans, but the corporate community. Now more than ever, there's been an embrace of our event, and we're excited about this year's event. Certainly 2 more years left on our existing agreement with the building.
Yeah, this building. I mean,
if you have a follow-up question, remind the mic holder so she stays with you.
How about
doesn't
that
wander
facility
around
as
the
well
room.
factored in?
Well, I'm terrible at math, as you do know, being a journalism major. But
and once
a
the
few
head
years
coach
ago, the
finishes with
building
his opening
spent
statement,
about
you can ask
$90
questions
million
of anyone up
on a
here on the
renovation.
dais.
It's incredibly fan-friendly, replaced the seats, but the whole atmosphere in this facility, playing and competing your tournament in a state-of-the-art building means a lot, and our fans comment now about the tremendous renaissance that we've had as a city, with St. Louis City SC having its first ever soccer match, the City Field or City Park, and certainly this building. St. Louis is the complete sports package, and it's a great geographic fit.
Jack has been a tournament manager for NCAA tournaments in first and second round, second and third round, regionals. You've been a part of so much for so long, and you will again in 2026. But this specific event,
I have some notes for you from the game that just concluded.
What sort of memories come up? Let me put you on the spot. Your favorite
13th 20-point scoring game of the season.
Was
13.
the night before the semifinals
so
of Arch
far.
Madness 2007, when the former Arch Madness tournament director Joe Mitch brought our staff into the conference or into the indoor meeting office and told us that we were sold out for the semifinals. 22,612, and I can tell you that record will never be touched.
Recording in progress.
Has beaten the Redbirds
so we will always have the building
here in
record.
St.
So
Louis.
that one, and then we turned around and sold out the championship game. Just 2 teams, Creighton and Southern Illinois. So that whole weekend,
first time all year
really
UNI's Titan Anderson has made more than one 3-point shot in a game.
What stands out about
first time all year. It's only the second time in his career he's made more than one triple.
But
the
there's
other
something
time came
special about this
against
one.
Southern Illinois in
Well,
January
for me personally,
31,
growing up in Sikeston, Missouri,
2021.
I've always been a part of a big family, tight-knit
ISU
family,
is now
and our
3-18
tournament feels more like a
this
family
season,
reunion
trailing at the
that
half.
has a basketball tournament played in conjunction with it than the other way around.
the 6th
Jack
time this
Watkins,
year, the
Associate
Panthers
Commissioner of
have
the Missouri
scored
Valley
40 or
Conference.
more
Thank you.
points
Enjoy
in
the
the
rest
first
of the
half.
time.
I look forward to it. Thanks, Tom.
We appreciate you. This segment of our intermission is brought to you by Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. We'll be back to Enterprise Center right after this.
That should suffice until we're
Every
ready.
sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build
Recording in
wonderful
progress.
or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Arch Madness tips off March 2nd through 5th in St. Louis, and the MVC Fan Hangout is back at Ballpark Village. The MVC Fan Hangout is the place to celebrate before and after all games at Enterprise Center and Ballpark Village, including sports and social. Features restaurants, entertainment, and everything Arch Madness. The fun starts 2 hours before the first game every day of the tournament. For more information, visit archmadness.com and click on Fan Hangout. We'll see you there.
When you give the gift of Metro Transit,
Let's go!
you're opening up a whole world of possibility. Hop aboard and see the sights, or set your sights on a St. Louis adventure. Give the gift of possibility with the Metro Transit Pass today.
Everybody wanna get up on my level. All stealth, top shelf, I'm a rebel. Wanna get the gold, better bring a shovel. 1, 2, 3, let's go!
Made with real fruit juice.
with 90 calories per can and less than 1 gram of sugar. Introducing the Quirk Whip Mix Pack.
State Farm intermission report. We are between games awaiting Evansville, as you see them warming up there, taking on Indiana State for Game 2. One game in the books. Northern Iowa beat Illinois State 75-62. Tom Ackerman with you here at Enterprise Center, and joining us is former Cardinal, but most importantly for these purposes, former Evansville Purple Ace, Andy Bennis. Great to be with you. How are you?
Yeah, good. It's really good to be here. I'm excited. Arch Madness. We got 2 teams from Indiana playing, so a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's right. Long time Evansville native, actually, right here. And also, you played hoops. I mean, what do you think so far?
I did. I got a chance to play for Jim Cruz my freshman year at Evansville because they were down on players. And he said, "You want to play?" And I'm like, "Sure, I love basketball." So got in a few games, and guys wouldn't pass me the ball. But, I got in there.
You were a 3-sport athlete. What did you love about basketball specifically?
Well, I'm from Indiana, and so when you're from Indiana, basketball is number one. And it's just a sport that I loved growing up. I ended up playing baseball, football in college, but basketball has always been my favorite sport.
Thanks, Joe.
One of the great Cardinals right here, but played for a number of major
great
league
game.
clubs.
Just super fun to be a part of. Obviously, first half we played both ends as well as we have for a little while. Offense, we've been good the last 6, 7, 8 ball games. Our offense has been pretty good. Probably good enough to win most of those games. But our defense has not been as sharp. And I thought the last 12 minutes of the first half defensively, that was the game for us on our side of it. To have Illinois State at 28, I believe it was, at halftime, that last 12 minutes was, I feel like, was the difference in the game from our side. Give Illinois State a ton of credit, man. They in the first 2 meetings, both our teams were really trying to find something. We went over and we played our best game to that point. We felt like in the 2.5 weeks in between, what Ryan and his staff did and the players did, and they were playing totally different in terms of their confidence, the rotations defensively, just being on the same page. And they've been hard to play against since. So give those guys a ton of credit, but just love what our guys did. And then we had to do it again. 6-point game, we had to do it again, and guys made some big plays.
What did you
Fun to be a part
learn
of.
over the course of your major league career on longevity? How did you stay in the game as long as you did?
Well, as you mentioned, you were with my brother, and we have the same gene pool, and he got hurt his second full major league season. I just think it was a matter for me of just being blessed with God-given ability and health.
Had went through a stretch there in the second half where they were doing a really good job of guarding us. That was something that we talked about at halftime. Like they're not going to give up. With any team down here, it's going to be a dog fight, and so that was something. Yeah, knowing talking about in the huddles, just like settle in, we'll be all right. Like it was more just talking to each other, and then just being confident and taking what the defense gives you.
We're taking over the team, and so it was a super exciting time. Tony was a great manager, Hall of Fame manager, great guy to play for. He didn't deal with the pitchers a whole lot because Dunk did, but it was just a really cool thing.
I'm a freshman, so this was my first experience playing on a game that matters so much like this, and we kind of talked about it on the way out here. Like, that's just so much fun. And we could feel it when we're going on runs, like just the energy and the atmosphere, we're all feeding off each other. It's a great feeling. And just being aggressive, we talked about like the more aggressive team's going to win, and the team that gets the most stops. So it's a game of runs. We went on our run, and we talked about, like Bowen said in the timeouts, they're going to go on their run. So it's just about getting stops, and we put an end to their run, and then we said, now it's our turn, and then that's when we pulled away at the end again.
Coaches, ISU kept chipping away. I believe it was a 16-2 surge in the second half. Was there a moment earlier in the season at which your team could have looked and said, okay, that's indicative of the result,
what they meant to you and your teammates? And so I don't remember.
Yeah, November and December we played a lot of good basketball, and we didn't win many of the games. Mostly to do with learning how to make plays that
one more thing is I've spent a lot of time there. You obviously grew up there and have spent a ton of time there. Evansville's a great
probably
sports town,
mostly
isn't it?
referred to
And,
as the
you know, when this
game-winning type
UA
of place.
basketball
But
program
for us,
is-
it wasn't just. I think people think about those and they think the end of the game. Man, that was the play that won. For us, we had to learn how to do it throughout the course of the 40 minutes, and it took us a little while. And that experience certainly helped us. Now, we've been doing it, we beat Towson and we beat St. Bonaventure right before Christmas, and then we had a great January, and a lot to do with your question. Okay? What do we do when the other team's playing well? Okay? Is that going to be the end of the game for us? Are we going to get close and lose by a bucket? We learned a lot about that in November and December. And then the guys have played really good basketball since. And that was important. There was a high level of confidence while that run was going on. Right? Sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't feel great, right? But the level of confidence and the communication between the guys was, all right, yeah, we'll figure it out. And give these guys a bunch of credit and their teammates. They figured it out.
Coach, talk about, of course, late down the stretch of the season, some tough losses for you guys at the end of conference play. How important was it for you guys to get off to the start that you did in this game to build that confidence to be able to finish it?
Yeah, I think very important. We like I said, in February, we played good enough offensively. We didn't defend well enough. We just didn't. And so we lost some close games. And we got blown out a couple times. We played really good at Missouri State about 10 days ago and able to get a win at their place. So I just think for two things. One, because we haven't won a bunch in February, to get off to a good start was important. And then two, we got, Bowen's played down here a lot, but that's it. Titans played a little bit, Cole's played a little bit, James played a little bit, and the rest of the guys haven't played at all. So to get off to a good start for that reason as well, I thought that was really important. And I love the way Trey and Mike and, Landon didn't make a shot today, but he played good. Those guys as freshmen and the other guys that haven't played a lot down here played with a ton of confidence and high activity level, the things you have to be able to do. But if you haven't played down here before, they can be hard to do. Right? And I just felt like we had 9 guys that played with a high activity level and a bunch of confidence today.
2 questions on the right-hand side. Bill, please.
Coach, to beat ISU by a combined 8 points through the regular season and beat them today by 13, what do you think that says about your team's overall improvement and game plan coming into today?
Yeah, we're a lot better than we were at that point in the season. And I would add that Illinois State is as well. And a hard team to play against they have good players, and Ryan has done a terrific job coaching them, and he and his staff. But then they can move their lineup around. It can get a little bit bigger, right? And then all of a sudden Lewis is at the 5 or McChesney's at the 5, and you got 4 guards out there, and they go all the way to the other end and go really small, right, with more ball handling, more shooting, and so there's a lot of challenges in that. And so to be able to have a first half like we had, and then finish it off, just a real credit to our guys, because we beat a good team today, and they do. They just a lot of challenges with their lineup.
Coach, 19 points off turnovers. Is that something that you noticed during the game that you wanted to exploit, get in transition, get easy buckets?
Yeah, we have played much better when the activity level that I've mentioned a couple of times has been higher. So defending the ball screen is one of those spots, and there wasn't as much of that today. We did more switching today with the ball screen, but defending the ball screen when we get 2-on-1, or our activity level off the ball. Going in and making a play on the ball, and we had more of that. The first 8 minutes, we didn't have much of it. Right? Around that 12-minute mark, we did. We ramped up some of that, and the activity level got really high. And so we were able to get our hands on some stuff, get some deflections. And now we have played, I've talked about our defense quite a bit. We have played our best when we've been able to move the ball up and down the floor offensively. Get out in the open floor and push it and get things going early in a possession. That's when we have been at our best offensively, and we got to that, especially that last 12 minutes of the first half. Yep.
Back here in the front row.
Hey, Coach, talk about your point guard to your left. Plays with a lot of confidence. Sometimes when guys' shots are not falling, they lose confidence. He kept shooting the ball, and he made some big shots down the end.
Yeah, his demeanor and confidence doesn't change because he's earned it. Like he knows what he knows what he's done every day, and that's for a week, month, year, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. How old are you? 21, 15 years probably. Guys, look, and gals, I tell you, man, he knows what he's done in terms of the work that he's put in. So he doesn't have to worry about it. Like make shot, miss shot, doesn't matter to him or his teammates or to us as his coaches. Just there really isn't any way to describe for a coaching staff how proud you are of guys that work that hard, that care that much. Right? And that's why his confidence doesn't waver, because he cares that much. And we're just really proud of him.
We're under 3 minutes to go. Next question's here.
Coach, you've been now with a lot of success at UNI through multiple ISU coaches, and you've had a lot of tournament games against them, regular season games. Can you tell us a little bit further about what you've gotten from a couple conversations with Ryan and what he brings to this ISU program?
Yeah, this was the first opportunity that we've really met each other, gotten to know each other a little bit. I've been doing this long enough that, for the most part, you end up running into guys that are, assistant coaches, head coaches, throughout the years, and we really just hadn't for whatever reason. And I'll go back to the 2.5 weeks in between our games, right? Because conference play is hard, and it's really hard for new players, whether you're a freshman, junior college transfer, Division I transfer. When you're new to the league games, they're hard, especially if you catch some of the older teams first. And so you're kind of trying to sort that out. And again, I saw that in our first game at Illinois State, and then just how much different they were in all aspects. Right? The offense, the defense, both those were better. But the aspect that matters the most is the edge and the camaraderie and hey, we're not going to play good when we win and play bad when we lose. Like, you could feel that he's all about the things that are important, okay, to win, and that that can be it's a pretty short list. There's a lot of things on it, but there's really 3, 4, 5 things that really matter. And it appears to me that those are the things that he's focused on, right? And so you got 4 or 5 guys that are back, and then you got 4, 5, 6, 7 guys that are new, and you're trying to get those guys put together on one team. I just think, again, that 2.5 weeks was a really good indication, I think, of what Ryan's going to do at Illinois State. I think he's going to do great. Yep.
Final question.
Really quick, I just want to touch on the youth of your team. You talked about born being 21, Michael Duex being a freshman. Does that change how you talk to your team, going into tournament season, because you know that, it's 1 and 1 essentially if you lose?
Yeah, I mean, say probably trying to, just tried to make sure that we were pretty specific in that you got to go down and the things we've been doing well, you got to do them well, right? You got to defend, right? And then you got to be who you are. And I think that third one is the one that I pushed the most with these guys, and tried to get maybe just a little bit individualized with it, because everybody's different, right? Everybody handles this first game different. I talked to Mike a lot the last 48 hours, probably told him 6 or 7 times all the way up to tip-off to put a smile on his face, right? And there's other guys in the group that need to take the smile off their face and get cranked up, right? So and when you got younger guys, to your question, okay, when you just got some younger guys and trying to really just kind of hit the guys, where they're at and get them ready the best way we could. And the great thing about Mike and Landon, Trey, Ege, those guys have a lot of confidence, right? And I know Bo and Titan and Cole and the older guys love playing with these guys, and they got a lot of confidence in them too, and that helps, when you're young. Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Thanks.
Illinois State Redbirds are now with us. Head coach Ryan Beaton, Kendall Lewis, and Darius Burford represent the student body. We're going to ask Ryan to start off with a statement on the game, and then we'll go to questions for all three Redbirds here on the dais. Ryan, please.
Yeah, well, tough result today. Credit to Northern Iowa. I thought they were good. I thought they were really good. I thought they were tough today and well deserving of a victory. Disappointed for our players because I have a locker room that is very they're upset and sad and disappointed. And the one thing about our team that I think hits home with me as a coach is we're far from perfect. No one is, but I never ever questioned their heart or their spirit, and I think that kind of played itself out in today's game in a lot of ways. I love the group that I have in the locker room, and I love their spirit. It's going to be our job as a coaching staff to continue to develop that group that's in our locker room and get them better in the off season. But tough night tonight. Give them credit. I thought they made plays. The game got close. I think some of their guys made plays. Some of their main guys made plays and made shots. And we came up with a few dry possessions there down the stretch. It was a frustrating couple of minutes once we got it close and just couldn't get over the hump. So proud of our team and their fight over the course of this game and the season in the midst of adversity. But give Northern Iowa credit in today's ball game.
Jim, thank you.
Kendall, could you talk about the last 12 minutes of the first half when they really kind of took control of the game, especially from an offensive standpoint? What defensive breakdowns were happening there for you guys?
We kind of just got out of our system. It's been a problem for us the whole year, putting a 40-minute game together. We kind of got excited. We got on a little run at the beginning, and I think we got out of our system, like I said, and that one thing led to another, and we weren't ourselves, and they stayed solid, so they got up on us.
And Darius, you guys, like Coach said, you cut it to 6 there, then you guys had 6 straight possessions where you came up empty. Why weren't you guys able to just kind of, I think 4 of them were turnovers right away too. Why weren't you guys able to just kind of get even a shot up there?
It's always difficult when you put yourself in a hole like that. We just got to be better, especially starting, at the end, finishing in half. I think we were down 16. So you got to be better. It's hard digging yourself out of a hole, being perfect. You can't, basketball is not a game of being perfect. It's just too tough.
Coach, Seneca tonight was held to only 1 field goal in the first half. Was there a specific message coming out in the second half? You saw his offensive production turn up by a lot. Was there a message that you had specifically to him to get it going? Yeah, I challenged Seneca, him being a senior, the only guy in there playing that is out of eligibility. So I challenged him at halftime, but I challenged our entire team. I didn't think we played particularly well in the first half. We got off to a good start and just made a handful of errors that dug ourselves a hole. And I give them credit. It's not like they played poorly. Northern Iowa, I thought, played really well. I thought Duax was a real difference in this ball game. I thought his physicality, how hard he plays. There's a noticeable difference in him here late in the season, just how he asserts himself into the game. And I thought he was tremendous for them, especially in the first half. And we dug ourselves a hole. So Seneca is a tremendous young man. He responded in the second half, I thought, and made some real key plays for us as we were coming back.
Coach, they had 15 points off of turnovers in the first half, just 4 in the second half. So even though there were some turnovers down the stretch there in the second half, how big of an emphasis was keeping them from getting out on those runs when you did turn it over? Yeah, for sure. We gifted them, 15 points at half. Yeah, 15 at half. I thought we gifted them a good handful of those, at least half of those that were highly preventable. I wish I could say that hasn't been a problem for us this year. It has. That's on me as a coach. We got to play smarter. We got to play tougher in moments.
We've gone against some pretty physical teams and real thick, strong bodies, and we've got to continue to develop our bodies and play stronger when we're in the paint. So some of that comes down to decision-making. Some of that, I thought, in the first half was strength-related.
We're on the right-hand side. Next. Over there.
Kendall, obviously it's probably pretty difficult to change coaches towards the end of your career here at ISU, but it seems like even though the year didn't end the way you guys wanted, the culture has kind of shifted just a little bit. Can you talk a little bit about Ryan and what he's meant to the team so far in his first year?
Yeah, I could talk forever about the culture and the changes we had, but he definitely came in with a positive attitude, positive mindset, and that's why I've been rocking with him from the beginning, because I mean that's all we really needed is a head. I'm not saying that we didn't have a head leader, but one that's interactive and like his coach's first year, and so we all in together. It felt like we was all learning together. We was all learning as one, as a team, and I feel like that's what made us really connected. And I'm ready to rock with Pete and through whatever I'll do, run through a wall for him. That's why we play the way we do. That's why I wish we could have given him more wins, but he definitely changed the culture and everything about Illinois State.
Coach, the team went on a 20-6 run, I believe, to cut it down to 61-55 during the second half. Also, Burford as well as Liam McKesney both pick up 4 fouls there late in the second half. Do you think that contributed to the run being stopped, or do you think the team kind of ran out of gas?
No, I think the run brought us to a point, and we continued to get stops there for a period of 2 to 3 minutes. And as a coach, you always think back immediately on, what would I have done differently in those moments. And I felt like we had a good amount of open floor opportunities. Only once or twice did we slow them down and really try to grind out a set or design an action. So late in season, I think in these moments, players win games. And I wanted to let players play. We were able to get an open floor multiple times. To my recollection, I would say 4 or 5 opportunities where we had open floor and we just didn't cash in or we didn't make the right decision. And, ultimately, we put ourselves in position to do it and to come back. But I think that stretch right there, I thought we got a little bit excited on a couple of those possessions. Probably tried to do too much, and then on a couple of the other possessions, I thought we just missed layups or missed short shots. And I don't think, I'll look back at the film, but in retrospect, I don't know that I would have changed a whole lot, because I think you get in a tournament setting and players play, and those were some exciting moments that I just wish we could have finished the possession on.
We're under 4 minutes to go. Go, please.
Coach Peaton, only 7 deep today, kind of breaking a trend of the rest of your season. Was that a plan going into the game, or is that something you just kind of figured out as you were playing UNI today?
A little bit of a plan going into the game. I felt like playing a smaller lineup was going to be better suited in this game. Really challenged our guys from a rebounding standpoint, because I've got great respect for their ability to rebound the ball. They're not the tallest team we've played, but I think they're probably the most accountable team on the defensive glass. And Kendall, I think, had 4 offensive rebounds. We had 7 for the game. I believe that's combined more than we had in both games, or right around that. So our ability to affect the game on the offensive glass was there today, despite our size. And I thought with some of our switching that we were doing on defense, smaller lineup would put us in a better position. So, yes, I went a little smaller today, or a little shorter on the bench today, but some of that was by design in this particular game.
Really quick, you kind of just answered it right there, but did the technical foul to Liam McChesney at 8:43 in the first half, did that have any impact on his playing time this game?
Yeah, you mean the flopping?
Yeah.
Yeah, the flopping. No, I don't think it had any impact on his performance or his time. I think Liam was getting tired, I think, and we were trying to give him some shorter bursts today, where he would play not in such long stretches. But he did some real good things for us today. Liam did, and Liam's got a bright future. I continue to say that and will continue to say that. I think his ceiling's going to be determined on his body and how much he's able to develop his body from a physical standpoint. There's going to be limitations. He's not a guy that you're going to look up and he's going to be 245 pounds. But in this conference, there's a level of physicality that you have to embrace. And I didn't have a real problem with his competitiveness. It's more what his body allows him and enables him to do in the guts of these hard-fought games. So I think there's real growth there that's going to happen for him in the offseason, and I've got great confidence in Liam.
Two final questions coming up here, and then Jim, go.
Question for Darius. You had a little bit of a slower start in the first half, but came out really aggressive, was able to kind of start that run in the second half. Was there any particular adjustment or kind of switch in mindset at all that kind of led to that?
I'll say just locking in on the defensive end more. I got a steal, got an outlet dunk. Just really pressuring me and Liam. He was telling me like, get up, press. Like we're down 16. Why not? Like why not? This for our season. So just starting off on the defensive end. Kind of got my offense rolling a little bit more, but. Yeah, it's just hard when you put yourself in a hole like that in the first half. But, I feel like that contributed to my offense in the second half.
Kendall, season's over now. Do you leave frustrated about you guys not being able to pull out some of these close games, or does that give you some kind of hope in the future, like you had said before, that with Coach Peden, that you guys have kind of laid the foundation for something?
It's not really frustration. Well, it's frustration for my seniors, like for the guys I know that's not gonna be able to get it back. It's just that's the frustrating part. But like with winning and losing, it's just if you lose, you got to learn from it. And that's what I live by. I don't hold losses in. I use them as tools for the next win. So I'm not frustrated about the loss. I'm frustrated about how it affected us and how much it means to us. It means everything to us. We out there going hard. And it's frustrating right now, but I got to get over it because I got to move on in the future for future things. Everybody has, and I can't stay dwelling on it. I got to, like I said, use it as a tool for our next whatever we do.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, gentlemen. Good job.